Welcome to Women of Excellence Presents 2020 Heroes of Healthcare, brought to you by the Westchester Liberty Chamber Alliance. In a year marked by unprecedented challenges, these healthcare workers have been at the forefront of the pandemic, putting their own health and well-being at risk every day. We wish to express our gratitude to the healthcare community by recognizing these extraordinary women whose contributions have earned them the honor of healthcare heroes. The 2020 Heroes of Healthcare event is brought to you by presenting sponsors AstraZeneca, Mercy Health Fairfield Hospital, Premier Health Atrium Medical Center, and UC Health Westchester Hospital. And now, please welcome our MC for this event, Community Relations Senior Specialist at Cincinnati Children's, Ms. Michelle Hopkins.
Hello and welcome to the Women of Excellence Presents 2020 Heroes of Healthcare, brought to you by the Westchester Liberty Chamber Alliance. Today, we will be recognizing exceptional women who have made a vital impact on the health and safety of our communities during this extraordinary year. I'm Michelle Hopkins from Cincinnati Children's, and I'm honored to be your MC for this event. Although we can't be together in person, it is our hope that you will feel like you are here with us as we recognize the life-saving efforts of our healthcare heroes. In just a few moments, it will be my pleasure to introduce you to our honorees. But first, we would like to acknowledge the sponsoring organizations who made this event possible. In addition to the presenting sponsors introduced earlier, we would like to thank our event sponsors: Cincinnati Children's, Graydon, Spot On Productions, and Westchester Township. We are truly grateful to these and all of our sponsors for their generous support. Please be sure to visit thechamberalliance.com to download a virtual program that includes all of our supporting businesses. Now, here to tell you more about the inspiration for the Women of Excellence Presents 2020 Heroes of Healthcare event is Joe Hinson, President and CEO of the Westchester Liberty Chamber Alliance.
Hello, everyone. We are celebrating our 19th year of Women of Excellence, this year with a little twist. Over the past 18 years, we have recognized more than 150 extraordinary women who have gone above and beyond to make a positive difference in our communities. We have seen it in the many paths they took and how they came together to create something greater than any one of us could alone. Our Women of Excellence continue to change the world every day. During the year of a worldwide pandemic, COVID-19, the Westchester Liberty Chamber Alliance is excited to carry on this outstanding tradition of honoring amazing women who are making a positive difference every day. Our event, 2020 Heroes of Healthcare, showcases the vital role our healthcare professionals play in our community. These women we are honoring selflessly put their lives at risk every day to provide outstanding life-saving work during the COVID-19 pandemic. They are a light in the face of uncertainty. Our hope is that Women of Excellence Presents 2020 Heroes of Healthcare will show a more positive view of this pandemic. In the face of so much negativity and adversity, showing gratitude and appreciation can help carry us through this crisis and make our communities stronger together. Gratitude has the power to heal, to bring hope, and to build lasting connections among people. On behalf of the Westchester Liberty Chamber Alliance, congratulations to all of the women being recognized. Thank you for putting the healthcare of others above all else and for being our heroes of healthcare.
Before we begin, we'd like to share these messages from our presenting sponsors.
With our business, with our brand. This is what we're made of. It's what science can do.
Health. Suddenly that word seems more important these days, as it's consumed all aspects of our lives and made our universes feel smaller than ever. But at Mercy Health, your health has always been our top priority, and we're staying as committed as always to personalizing the right care for you. Because whether here or from home, we believe your health care should always revolve around you. Mercy Health, primary care for the universe of you. Visit mercy.com/primary care to connect with the provider today.
It's time now for the reason we are all here. Let's get to know our recipients. Earlier this fall, we asked representatives from all of the area healthcare networks on the I-75 growth corridor to select one female healthcare employee with at least 2 years of service who exemplifies each of the following qualities: puts the healthcare of others above all else, provides extraordinary care and compassion in these unprecedented times, demonstrates outstanding service on the front lines to patients, families, co-workers, and the community against COVID-19, is an excellent representative of the organization's mission, vision, and core values. Please see our virtual program available for download at www.thechamberalliance.com for more information about each of the 2020 Heroes of Healthcare. Our first honoree is Ashley Silva, Nurse Manager and Infection Control Nurse for Beckett Springs. Introducing Ashley is Director of Assessments, Chrissy Staggs.
Ashley joined the Beckett Springs team in 2015 as an assessment specialist. In 2019, she transferred to the floor due to a strong desire to have more direct patient care in her day-to-day experience. It did not take long before the nursing leadership was impressed with Ashley's dedication, teamwork, and commitment to providing excellent patient care. She was quickly promoted to a charge nurse due to her leadership ability and role model performance. Ashley is well respected throughout the hospital by her coworkers and administration alike. Ashley assumed the role of infection control nurse just as the pandemic and state of emergency were being declared in Ohio. Since that time, Ashley has worked tirelessly to train staff on the appropriate use of PPE and recognizing the signs and symptoms of the coronavirus. Ashley has also been instrumental in educating and implementing policy updates and appropriate treatment strategies specific to the coronavirus and the vulnerable mental health and addiction population we serve. To tell you more about Ashley, let me introduce you to Sharita Boyd.
Despite being new to her role, Ashley has led the hospital with confidence through state surveys and adjusting to a new normal. She has introduced education and strategies as we become accustomed to day-to-day practice changes. She has taught staff how to administer tests and implemented strategies throughout the hospital to reduce the likelihood of virus transmission. As we head into the flu season and virus numbers continue to escalate, Ashley prepares staff to face an ever-changing environment. Her positive attitude and confidence assures staff and patients and helps to minimize feelings of fear and anxiety. Ashley comes to work every day with a smile on her face and prepared to assist in whatever way necessary to ensure patient needs are met and staff feel cared for and supported. She makes herself available 24/7 to address questions, concerns for consultation. She is an integral member of the Beckett Springs team, and her hard work is helping to ensure patients have a safe place to seek treatment and employees have a healthy work environment.
Next, we'll meet honoree Crystal Bradley, a nurse at Cincinnati Children's. Crystal's contributions will be shared with you by Clinical Director Eric Malu.
It is my honor to nominate Crystal Bradley for the Women of Excellence 2020 Heroes of Healthcare recognition. Crystal is a direct care nurse at Cincinnati Children's Liberty Campus. In response to the COVID-19 crisis, she has really stepped it up and exhibited an exceptional level of flexibility and commitment to our organization, our employees, and the patients and families we serve. She maintains a specialized skill to perform hemodialysis. And when we learned there was a need for increased staff due to an unpredicted increase in dialysis patients, she accepted a temporary reassignment to our dialysis center without hesitation. Crystal has since returned to her home at the Liberty Inpatient Unit, where she is a critical care experienced registered nurse, and where her expertise is utilized as a resource for some of our sickest patients. But on top of these hours, she continues to work in dialysis, even though this requires her to work additional days in the week and spend more time away from her family. As it goes with true healthcare heroes, Crystal possesses a soothing demeanor, She shows care and compassion to her patients, their loved ones, and her peers by listening to and addressing their concerns and anxieties about the virus. She has continually stepped up in response to the multiple demands COVID-19 has created in our community. Crystal is a warm, thoughtful, and clinically skilled nurse who is committed to Cincinnati Children's and the communities we serve. She has recently survived some personal hardship, so our hearts are with her. And I have no doubt that she has been the ever-present bright light for her family, just as she has been all this time for the children we're so fortunate to serve. To put it simply, we're at our best whenever Crystal is around, and that's why she is so deserving of this recognition.
Now let's honor Mary Meredith, Clinical Nurse Manager for the Middletown Emergency Department of the Kettering Health Network. Introducing Mary is Renee Smith, Kettering's Administrative Director of Nursing.
I am nominating Mary Meredith as a Woman of Excellence 2020 Heroes of Healthcare because Mary has dedicated herself to caring for others, both professionally and personally. She is a hardworking and caring nurse who has earned the trust and respect of her patients, those who work with and for her, and those in her community. As the Clinical Nurse Manager of Kettering Health Network Middletown Emergency Department, Mary has had the opportunity to share her more than 12 years of healthcare and leadership expertise to improve many lives. When COVID first hit our community, Mary knew immediately she needed to work closely alongside her teams to help them understand the ever-changing recommendations, requirements, processes, and safety initiatives being put in place for our patients and for our staff. She was able to provide not only clinical guidance, but emotional and spiritual support for her teams as well. Although COVID changes so much around us, Mary continues to care for her community both in the emergency department and the community. The mission of Kettering Health Network is to improve the lives of people in our communities. In meeting our mission, Mary has partnered with community members such as our local library to provide reading material to patients and families while they're in the emergency department. And although COVID no longer allows us to provide actual books, Mary's still able to provide code access to ebooks for her patients and their families. Mary is also active in helping to develop and support children's programs in her church and the local high schools. Mary participates in local high school mock interviews to help prepare students entering the workforce and is an active guest speaker to more than 6 community high schools where she meets with students who are interested in joining the healthcare workforce. Again, COVID has changed the face of these interactions, but Mary continues to work with these school districts to participate in these events virtually. Mary's passion for service in the healthcare field also extends within her family. Mary's husband is also a nurse in our network, and her daughter is currently in nursing school. Community service and improving health is a family affair. As a recognized role model for the profession of nursing, she is a strong advocate for her patients and their families, her teams, and her community. She truly is a 2020 hero of healthcare.
We are also pleased to recognize Gina Smith from Mercy Health Fairfield Hospital. To tell you more, here's Justin Kruger, President of Mercy Health North Market.
Gina has been selected as a healthcare hero in 2020 for Mercy Health Fairfield Hospital due in large part to the critical role she played in our facility's response to the coronavirus pandemic. As a risk manager for our organization, Gina is tasked daily with looking for ways to minimize risk to our staff, our patients, and the organization. From the risk management lens, and given her extensive background in working as an emergency room nurse for many years, she is expertly equipped to lead real-time responses to issues facing our patients, our staff, and the hospital. At no other time was her expertise and professional commitment more evident than when Gina voluntarily assumed the role of incident commander for Mercy Fairfield's response during the COVID-19 pandemic. She did this not for the glamour of the position, but she saw her facility, her coworkers, and her community in need, and she wanted to contribute in any way that she could. As the incident commander, Gina was first to open the Incident Command Center daily and the last one to shut it down, making herself available to staff and medical staff always. Additionally, she would diligently monitor and inventory all available PPE. At no time did we not have the equipment that our staff needed to take care of their patients, and Gina was a big part of making that happen. Communication is always paramount. Gina was integral to conveying the appropriate information efficiently and effectively, and held command center update calls daily to brief our leaders and frontline staff. While effectiveness of communication was obviously important and remained so throughout our facility response, Gina was just as quick to close the command center calls with a bit of levity, which in the moment the entire team so desperately needed. Whether it was a catchy jingle or tune about social distancing, which she herself would sing to close out the calls, or the now infamous PPE rap, Gina's calm demeanor during a period of tremendous strife provided just enough comedic respite to the team to get them through the day. Gina remains a valued member of the Mercy Fairfield team, and for her commitment to our organization and our patients during a period of tremendous uncertainty, we will be forever grateful. It's for those reasons that it is our honor to nominate Gina Smith as Mercy Health Fairfield Hospital's Hero of Healthcare for 2020.
Our next recipient is Charlene Kurtz, Infection Prevention Coordinator for Premier Health Atrium Medical Center. Here to introduce you to Charlene is Atrium's President, Dr. Keith Bricking.
During a crisis, it's critical to have steady leadership and expertise. Fortunately for our community and Atrium Medical Center, that's exactly what we have in Charlene Kurtz. As Atrium's Infection Prevention Coordinator, Charlene leads hospital efforts to eliminate central line infections, hospital-acquired infections, and to ensure hand hygiene compliance efforts. We affectionately refer to Charlene as the Germ General, but I think it's safe to say that she never anticipated going to war against something like coronavirus. Charlene was an integral part of the team at Atrium that prepared for the pandemic. She led and advised on outfitting a dedicated COVID wing of the hospital, as well as the setup of COVID operating rooms, a COVID unit within the emergency department, a COVID tent outside our emergency trauma center so we could triage patients, and even COVID labor and delivery spaces. Her focus was just as it is with all things infection control, finding the best ways to keep patients and staff safe and healthy. Taking time to educate the staff, she was a confident reassurance that Atrium's clinical excellence would carry us through this unprecedented time. In a time of extreme uncertainty, anxiety, and stress, she handled the barrage of calls from physicians, staff, and the community with grace and confidence. Charlene was the conduit of information to our medical staff, nursing, and administrative leadership. One of the things that is very important to Charlene is her work out in the community to prevent, promote, and protect the health of residents. She's been a member of the City of Middletown Board of Health for 15 years. Charlene has been certified in infection control and epidemiology since 2001. She was a nurse's aide at Ohio State University in their infectious disease units during the HIV pandemic. Charlene has also had a once-in-a-lifetime experience to help plan and build a new hospital when Atrium relocated to its current home. I am thankful for Charlene's experiences as well as her dedication to providing quality patient care to Atrium throughout the pandemic. Undoubtedly, Charlene is a hero in healthcare, a hero to Atrium and Premier Health, a hero to our community, and she deserves this recognition.
Our final honoree is Rebecca Hitchcock, Director of Inpatient and Emergency Nursing Services for UC Health Westchester Hospital. She will be introduced by Dr. Sanjay Shivakramani, Medical Director of the Emergency Department.
Rebecca Hitchcock exemplifies what it means to be a hero of healthcare. Rebecca has served as a dedicated and loyal employee at UC Health Westchester Hospital since 2009, the year that the hospital first opened its doors to the community. She has held several leadership roles during her tenure at the hospital. For the past 5 years, she has capably served as the Director of Inpatient and Emergency Nursing, overseeing inpatient care as well as the emergency department. She also played an integral role in the achievement of Westchester Hospital being named a magnet institution for nursing excellence. Rebecca is a strong and steadfast role model for not only the patient care services team, but also for our physicians and staff members. She leads by example and always places the safety of her patients and their loved ones as top priority. She exhibits an extraordinary commitment to her work within the hospital, as well as to the UC health system as a whole. Further, she serves as a tireless advocate for our bedside caregivers and is a compassionate and empathetic person, always willing to assist other team members when needed. Not knowing the immediate and long-term impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, Rebecca worked very closely with hospital and system leadership teams to ensure that Westchester Hospital was adequately prepared to respond to a significant increase in members of our community who required hospitalization. As the hospital continues to respond to elevated patient volumes, many of the plans that Rebecca has implemented ensure that the hospital is able to provide an exceptional level of safe, quality medical care to those who require it. Rebecca truly serves as a role model for not only other medical professionals, but for working mothers and citizens who care for the well-being of their community. As a dedicated mother of 3 active boys, Rebecca effectively balances the demands of her personal and professional life while always watching out for others. Just recently, Rebecca did not hesitate to provide life-saving care after witnessing a near drowning. In response, she quickly assumed control of the situation and provided CPR to a stranger in need while on vacation. This act is truly representative of Rebecca's warm heart, wisdom, and can-do approach to life and its many unexpected challenges. Her significant clinical knowledge and experience, nursing skills, and dedication enables her to truly make a difference and provide an outstanding hospital experience for our patients, families, and employees. In essence, Rebecca's attributes as a healthcare professional, clinical leader, and a compassionate human being truly make her a 2020 hero of healthcare.
Thank you to everyone from these healthcare networks for sharing what makes their heroes so very special. We now offer these messages from our presenting sponsors.
At Premier Health, our care lives where you are, with telehealth options available 24/7 and online scheduling for doctor visits. It lives close to home with primary and specialty care providers and convenient urgent care locations and hours. And it lives in our emergency room with the capabilities of Warren County's only trauma center. Our care lives in safe and easy access to the care you need the way you want it. Our care lives here. Premier Health.
Once again, we wish to extend a sincere congratulations to all of the 2020 Heroes of Healthcare. We'd also like to express our appreciation to the presenting sponsors who generously supported this event. AstraZeneca, Mercy Health Fairfield Hospital, Premier Health Atrium Medical Center, and UC Health Westchester Hospital. Let us also thank our event sponsors, Cincinnati Children's, Graydon, and Westchester Township. We'd especially like to acknowledge the support of event sponsor Spot On Productions. Bringing this event to you virtually was made possible only through the talent and expertise of their amazing team. We urge you to consider this a locally owned and operated business for all of your video production needs. Thank you, Spot On Productions. Please also help us recognize our gift sponsor, Woodhouse Day Spa. Because of their generosity, each honoree will be receiving a gift card to be pampered at one of the luxurious Woodhouse Day Spa locations in Liberty Township, Cincinnati, or Dayton. And please join us in expressing gratitude to all of our additional sponsors, whom you will see listed here, as well as in your downloadable virtual program. And finally, we value so highly the health networks along the I-75 growth corridor who participated by nominating and recognizing one of their own outstanding team members. While we are only able to honor a select few during this event, we are grateful to the thousands of workers in the medical industry who put their lives on the line each and every day to keep all of us healthy and safe. We are extremely fortunate to live and work in a community with so many world-class health networks. Their employees have shown an unwavering commitment to care for us during this unprecedented crisis. To all of them, we say thank you. We hope that you have enjoyed the Women of Excellence Presents 2020 Heroes of Healthcare event. I'm Michelle Hopkins on behalf of the Westchester Liberty Chamber Alliance. Thank you for joining us to honor each of these incredible women. They are truly heroes in every sense of the word. We look forward to seeing you next year, hopefully in person, at the 2021 Women of Excellence Awards Dinner and Gala.